The Out of Bounds Show podcast is brought to you by BankPlus. BankPlus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the BankPlus Studio.
This is Al Warning.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Good morning. Back. We are back in the BankPlus Studio after a road trip. A very successful road trip. We'll have more on that at some point. Good morning. Welcome in. Going to crank up those road trips. It's time. No doubt about it. Out of Bounds. Powered by the Golden Moon Casino Sportsbook. And award-winning DancingRabbitGolf.com. You can hit us up on the Farm Bureau Insurance call-in line, 601-707-3750. Twitter handle, Twitter at Bo Bounds. And it was Mississippi Ag, new name, Ag Up Equipment. Text line is 601-885-3776. 17 locations to pick up your next John Deere tractor to manage your land. Ag Up Equipment. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. And I've got Blake Mania with me. I am your host, Bo Bounds. Hope you're doing well. And we're moving a little bit away from the national championship game, although we'll still talk about Georgia and Bama. And we've got NFL this weekend, both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night, which is a little bit different flavor. We'll have Roll Tide Ryan Fowler if he survived. If he survived yesterday in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide Ryan Fowler, 109 The Game. Tuscaloosa will join us at 8 a.m. On the Bucked Up Energy Drinks guest line. And then later in the show, around 9:30, I think, 9:15, 9:30, Nate Dawg, Nathan McCarty, owner of Briarwood Wine and Spirits, will make us a couple of beverages with our new bourbon partner, Russell's Reserve, which is the Wild Turkey premium line. Russell's Reserve, the Russell
It ain't
family.
bragging if you can back it up.
And I think they've done a really, really good job in the world of bourbon. And so Nate's going to come up. Nate hadn't been up here in forever.
No,
He's been
pestered him.
MIA.
Yeah. Every time I see him, I pester him. I'm like, what, you don't like us anymore, Nate?
Yeah, you and Nate saw each other on the disc golf course.
That's right. We played disc golf. Well, not with each other,
That is the
but
perfect
Saturday.
sport for both of you.
Yeah. Nate and I were...
Did you have on the knee-high socks?
No, not like Nate.
Did he?
He did have on knee-high
What
socks.
color were they?
They were like multicolored.
That is awesome.
Yeah, they had like some kind of weird pattern on them. I wasn't really 100% paying attention.
God,
but
love it.
He was dressed to the nines.
Yeah?
He's a big component of the local disc golf
Probably had
scene.
on some fashion shades and a backpack that was very
Oh, no, he's bougie. He uses a rolling suitcase style bag. He doesn't use the backpack. How dare he carry his own bags?
That's Nate.
Yeah.
Nate's the guy that travels with Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Well, he was part of a big giveaway to start the year with the local disc golf shop Between the Pines, which is on Lakeland, and you can check them out on Instagram, Between the Pines.
Okay.
Shout out. That'll just boost them up. But he was part of a giveaway that gave away like a $300 bag for disc golf and a couple other things for a raffle, a charity raffle. So that was really cool, and shout out to Nate for doing that.
I think I could get into disc golf.
It's right your speed. You chill, you walk outside, you're in the woods.
Can I
have a beverage? Yes.
Okay, so I can open a Bell's Two Hearted Ale.
In college, that's what we would do. We would go get a six-pack of slightly less quality.
Right.
Tall boys from the gas station. And we would
Giddy up.
It'd be like six of us, and we would go play doubles disc golf, and we play for like 4 hours, play 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Just walk. And,
no wonder you didn't make a 4.0 at LSU.
This is actually at State when I was successful. Yeah.
Yeah.
At LSU, I was too busy doing other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
All right,
Nate's coming in. We're excited. Nate's a good
who's
guy.
closer to Phil Mickelson in disc golf? You or Nate?
Probably Nate. He's been playing longer more recently than
Are you more Dustin Johnson?
I like to consider what's the slightly older guy who hits it straight down the fairway but isn't long? Is that Furyk?
Yeah, Jim Furyk.
Yeah, I'm more of that.
He's got the weird swing.
I'm a technical golfer. I don't have massive distance, but I have good placement and I have a lot of different shots.
You're into the fundamentals.
Yeah, I'm John Stockton on the disc golf course.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
John Stockton.
Fundamentally sound. There's no doubt.
That's a guy you want to party with. Not Charles Barkley. John Stockton, right? Where are you going tonight on the Olympic? Like, can you imagine being in Barcelona? What group's going out with John Stockton, and which group is going out with Barkley and MJ?
Oh, man. I bet Stockton could hang. Come on now.
I think I'm going out with Barkley and MJ. But anyway.
Speaking of guys.
David Robinson went out with John Stockton.
Hello.
Yeah.
Speaking of guys who go out, NFL playoffs this weekend, who's going out early and who's going to stay around? That's the real
don't
question.
really care other than I want Dallas to win.
That's your only one? It's a big matchup.
Number 4. And the 49ers are good.
Good matchup for San Francisco.
You know me, I don't have a lot of confidence in Kellen Moore in a big game. So he seems to like to go conservative and more Linehan, his proteges. He likes to go more Jason Garrett, Linehan. So we'll see what they do this weekend. He needs to, or Dak just needs to ignore him. You got to let it rip in the playoffs, man. You do.
Just got to go Aaron Rodgers and say, this is my offense.
Well, we'll play that audio from Aaron Rodgers at 7:30, and it is it's delicious. It is. It's like smashing a pork sandwich from Fleetway Market in Gluckstadt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Had one of those Saturday.
I absolutely hammered one over the holidays.
Yeah.
And it was like all over my fingers, and it was just, I was like, licking my finger. It was just delicious.
Yeah.
And
smart man.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I won because there was a line there, but they've got that little area where they already have sandwiches made.
Grab and go.
You know me, I can't wait in line.
Smart man.
Not happening. So they had several options in the little sandwich thing, and I went with the pulled pork, and it was delicious. It was so good I sat in the parking lot and ate it.
Smart man.
And just sat there and...
It's a little messy to try.
I was listening to a podcast.
Yeah, a little messy to try and drive and eat a pork sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't.
I would have probably tried to do that at 20.
Yeah, you got to make conscientious decisions.
But, and I went bad that day. I even got a bag of Doritos.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah,
I went all in.
I love the Fleetway Market Cafe right there in Gluckstadt. It's right by my house, man. It's convenient.
I don't know why you haven't brought us some food, but that's on you. I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
Yikes.
Yeah. The person who won the big giveaway over Christmas, gave it to someone
who needed a Christmas meal. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's
pretty powerful.
Very cool. You know, True Maroon, I think, used some of their catering for some of his wedding food too.
Oh, really?
Because he reached out to me to get in touch with Emily and our crew at Fleetway. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, man, they kill it. You talk about good Southern
It's amazing.
food.
We're awesome.
Yeah. And the fact that you can get...
Should we talk about that for 3 hours?
Yeah, good Southern food like that in a service station is incredible.
We'll pull in Aaron Rodgers and talk about how awesome the show is for 3 hours. Oh, wait. I do want to thank everybody for hitting Apple Podcast and searching the Out of Bounds show. And I would love for you to subscribe. That'd be really awesome for Blake and I. Blake and Will the Thrill, among others, spend a ton of time on our podcast. And, yes, we would love for you to go to Apple Podcast, search the Out of Bounds show, and hit subscribe. If you want to give us a 5-star rating, great. If you're not in a good mood, don't go there right now. I want you to go when you're in a good mood, and then you'll, give us all the goodies. Cool. All right. So the big board is going to be full. Oh, there's some news coming out of Stark Vegas and Oxford, Mississippi. And, Dion got another big recruit a few days ago. I'm sorry, Coach Prime. My bad. Whoa, somebody get Rob J on the phone. And Will Hall making some moves at Southern Miss. So there's a lot going on in the state of Mississippi. Good morning. Welcome in. We are powered by MississippiSportsMedicine.com. Big board coming up next. SEC Insider hit at 7:30. Roll Tide, Ryan Fowler, 8 a.m. The Out of Bounds Show podcast is brought to you by Boar's Head. Premium meats, cheeses, and hummus. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
What's on the big board?
Well, teams adding MSU, Ole Miss, Southern Miss. Well, and JSU, but MSU, Ole Miss, Southern Miss, adding players from the portal. Maybe we should make it like famous, like it's on the menu. Give it a little French angle. Transfer portal. Adding to your roster, hoping that these guys can get into that 2 deep. Definitely help on special teams. But you're looking for starters, too. That is for sure. Looking for starters or a dude that can be right there and take, if the starter's playing 70% of the reps, some dude that can get 30 or 40% of the reps. Kind of like Blake on this show. We're still looking for Blake as a starter.
I'm a glue guy.
He's a glue guy. Yeah.
You make a lot of money being the sixth man in the NBA, baby.
You can make a lot of money.
I'm fine
being the sixth man.
I'm fine playing more minutes than the two guard coming off the bench, baby. It's all about that playing time.
Who was best sixth man in the history of the NBA?
Gosh, that's a great question. I feel like there's a lot of stars who, when they're good, can segue into that six-man role beautifully down the stretch.
Yeah.
I think as somebody who was a legend and then kind of did that off the bench, Ray Allen, late in his career, able to come in and play meaningful minutes. Yeah. The fact that he stayed around as long as he did, pretty
took care of
impressive.
himself.
Yeah.
Smart player.
And all he had to do was shoot threes for about 18 minutes a game.
He figured it out.
That's all he had to do.
Yeah. Robert Horry figured it out.
There you go.
No doubt. That's a good one. Oh, man. People still monitoring Caleb Williams. Blake.
Gunslinger?
That would be possibly your favorite player. Transfer from Oklahoma.
You surprised he hasn't announced where he's going yet?
No, I'm not actually, because when you're Caleb Williams, you can take your time. And Georgia had to play. So maybe there was, something to that. They needed to, visit and hang out and so on. We'll see. How many people are really in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes? And what will that name, image, likeness deal look like? The Out of Bounds Show is driven by the pre-owned and new SUVs and trucks at Mac Hike in Flowood.
Can I give you a little inside rumor on Caleb Williams?
Hang on. MacHikeFlowwood.com. They're loaded up with vehicles. Some dealerships, unfortunately, by the way, don't have any vehicles. Mac Hike in Flowood has them from one end of the dealership to the other. MacHikeFlowwood.com. Find your next pre-owned or new SUV or truck at Mac Hike in Flowood. Tell them we sent you. MacHikeFlowwood.com. Tell me, rumors are not only welcome, they are highly encouraged on this show. All right?
Yes.
All right?
We prefer that you send us everything.
Like a sorority house on Saturday morning after a big Friday night out, that rumors are highly encouraged as to who did what the night before. Right? All right. Tell me.
That's fantastic. Over the weekend, who played in LA? 49ers Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was there?
Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
Is he going to go straight to the Rams?
I'm just saying Lincoln Riley may have hooked this boy up with some tickets in LA.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Wow.
How much do you think Caleb Williams will get to sign?
$1 million?
Is that you legitimately believe he'll get $1 million?
Well, I think it'll be structured over X amount of years, so I don't know how long he'll stay. But I think the full deal will be $1 million. Could be more than that.
Ooh.
But it will be also structured in a yearly payment. So you see where I'm going?
If he
goes early.
If you're not a team that is poised to win a national title in the next 3 years, is that a worthwhile investment of your money?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean to have look what Ole Miss did this year, and they had a great quarterback.
And I guess is that what
and their offense fell apart. I mean, we should have done a deeper dive into that starting October 15th. Ole Miss's offense fell apart the last half of the year, and yet Matt Corral was amazing. So I mean, it's this. Their offensive scoring efficiency numbers were dog poo-poo.
Yeah.
And the defense bailed them out of the boat. Like the water was coming in the boat, and the defense was the one that was grabbing the buckets and doing the yeoman's like.
If they have a 2020 defense, they're 8-4 at best, right? Maybe worse. So yeah, I mean the improvement of the defense was tantamount to winning 10 games.
No question, and that's in a down Southeastern Conference.
Yeah,
and that's with pulling Vanderbilt and Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I mean the Stars lined up schedule wise too. And yet that offense fell apart.
Yeah, but you have to take advantage of it. I mean, that's the point.
No doubt.
You got to.
And they did.
Yeah.
Lane took advantage of it. He's making $7.3 million.
Is he, or is he going to make what the Vikings pay him?
Oh, stop. I mean, nobody wants to leave Oxford except DJ Durkin and Kevin Smith.
Just trying to find some recruits.
Well, maybe they're down in Boca because he's fishing every day, which has got some of them hot and bothered.
Has this been the biggest letdown post-successful season you've seen in State or Ole Miss history in terms of the
it's
mood
not
around
over yet. You've got the next 4 or 5 months to bring in transfer portal guys.
But other than a quarterback, there's not a transfer portal guy that turns that ship around, is there?
Probably not. And to have beat their rival 2 years in a row and just won 10 games, there's not as much buzz as you would think.
Exactly.
There's a lot of them that are frustrated with the way recruiting went. I don't blame them, I guess. I mean, I think they did well. They just wanted more. I guess we always do. And I think they thought they would have a quarterback in the boat within the first couple of weeks, that first tier. And, they're still working through some things.
Is it concerning from an outside looking in perspective? So not as a fan. Everything's concerning when you're a fan.
USC quarterback Jackson Dart.
Yeah, just put in the transfer portal.
Okay.
Yeah. Supposedly rumored to be meeting Kiffin or meeting in Oxford. Jackson
Dart. That's a cool name. I mean, that's got a little, Spencer Rattler. It's got a little ring to it. He
played as a true freshman 6 games.
4-star.
Yeah.
He was recruited by Southern Cal, Arizona State, BYU, and Iowa State.
Kind of a weird list, isn't it?
That is a weird list. But he was a 4-star.
Yeah.
So there you go. He's a big kid too, and he's from Utah. I haven't ever been to Draper, Utah. Have you? Did you drive through there?
Nope. Well,
Okay.
maybe, but don't think I did.
Right.
Is from an outside perspective looking in, so as an analyst, is it concerning to you if a head coach has not filled some of the positions that Kiffin has not filled, like a DC, or the way it kind of took them
Well,
to
you
fill
still got
their
the
OC.
coaches' meetings coming up. So that could be a place where you kind of have everybody together and do your interviews. Mike Leach hasn't replaced his wide receivers coach.
Yeah.
Who left for Southern Cal. God, that was early.
Little different than an OCDC position, though.
Yeah. No question.
And then not having a QB, too. I just think that's where the anxiety comes in for Ole Miss fans.
I think the fact that this guy's a 96 rating will get Ole Miss and from Southern Cal, we'll get Ole Miss, all excited, no doubt. So that could change some of the tune on the quote unquote boards. And Dion doing some work. I still think Dion's minute to minute at Jackson State, but he landed another big recruit, and we'll see how that looks. I mean, he may just out talent everybody in the SWAC. Now, granted, they didn't win the Atlanta game. Actually, they got blown out, but it's still early in his career there. So, and he's playing his son at QB, probably too early. So, yeah, Maybe they'll pull a Georgia and just have 5 times more talent than everybody else, except Bama. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, powered by KineticStaffing.com. SEC Insider Hit coming up next.
The Out of Bounds Show podcast is powered by Breezy Oaks Ranch. For Mississippi-raised premium Wagyu beef and heritage pork shipped straight to your door, visit breezyoaksranch.com.
Check it out. This is the SEC Insider Hit. It's driven by the John Deere tractors at Mississippi Ag. Visit agup.com to find a retail location near you.
Let's go.
Oh, good morning. The Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN, is brought to you by Fleetway Market. Fuel up at any of the Fleetway markets in the great state of Mississippi, including the one in Gluckstadt with the Market Cafe. Oh, their food is wonderful, including that pulled pork sandwich at the Market Cafe. Fleetway Market. Gluckstadt, Madison, Dogwood, and another 18, 19 locations in the great state of Mississippi. Fuel up at Fleetway Market. Good morning. Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show. 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Want to thank you for going to Apple Podcast and searching the Out of Bounds Show and listening to the show later in the day or the evening. Please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. And Roll Tide Ryan Fowler, kind enough to move around this morning for us. He's got an appointment a little bit later in the morning. 109 the game, Tuscaloosa. Alabama loses to Georgia. Ryan Fowler, describe what your show was like yesterday.
Well, Beulah land, I'm longing for you. Precious memories. I mean, like a funeral. I mean, No, I mean, to be honest, can you guys hear me okay? Because I feel like I've got a bad connection.
Yeah, you're good right now, but if
okay?
we need to, we'll, reboot it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just, let me know, because for some reason I've got a little bit of a bad connection. But anyway, no, it was disappointing. Not a win that you or a loss that stings as bad as Tampa 2016. Alabama was able to be there, which is better than a lot. But I also think that you look at this and you say that they were glad to be there. You're happy to be there. And I'm sitting there during the game and I'm watching the injury to Jamison Williams, and I literally text a former player here. And I said, if Kirby Smart does not beat Nick Saban after losing Jamison Williams, he might as well call right now and take the next NFL job, because he'll never beat Nick Saban. He will literally never beat him. If he cannot beat him right? I mean, if you're sitting there and you're throwing the guys, yeah. And so I'm sitting there saying, listen, if he doesn't beat him now, he
see that even your dog's upset at Kirby Smart.
Yeah, which is I don't know. They a little bit they're a little bit angry, but listen, I told them the other night. I said, listen, if you guys pull for the Dogs, you're going back to old Roy. Okay, there is no Purina One in the household. I said, old Roy, $7 for a 50-pound bag. Where you guys are going. So
it's like eating a steak at Waffle House, big dog. Yeah.
That's yeah. I said, listen, there'll be digestive problems. I mean, but we're on Purina One, like $54 a 40-pound bag or something. I mean, it's
probably a country music song around that. We'll have to find.
Yeah. But no, it was tough, and I look back and there's a couple of different things with me. They're still upset at what I said. I'm not sure what I said about the Dogs, but they are still going toe to toe. But that's all right.
Are they coming Did they let you know about it on Twitter or on the show or something?
You know what? I think they said they wanted to get in the transfer portal. I think that's what they're talking about. That's it's a transfer portal, it's an option. So maybe they're wanting to get in the transfer portal with Billingsley and all these guys. But listen.
Hey, can I tell you what our friend Dave Bartu told me yesterday?
Oh, Lord, don't do it.
Are you ready for it, or are you okay? Because I know you're kind of, on the IR, and I don't know if you can handle this.
Yeah, no. Oh, Lord.
All right.
Hey, Bo, give me one favor. Tell your producer to call me right back.
All right, we'll call you right back. Yeah, it does look like the connection's kind of shaky. Some Georgia gremlins are in your phone line, and Ryan Fowler told his dogs that if they root for the Bulldogs, then they would be eating Old Roy dog food, $7 50-pound bag, and that's like ordering a steak at Waffle House at 2:30 in the morning. You're begging to go to the dentist's office. Out of Bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN, brought to you by the official grocery stores of the Out of Bounds show, and that would be Corner Market. Corner Market coming to Stark Vegas, Mississippi. Thank goodness. We welcome back in Roll Tide, Ryan Fowler, 109 The Game, T-Town. Okay. All right.
Is this better? Is this better?
Oh, yeah, it's crystal clear now, brother.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just didn't want to put you guys through that, and I know what it's like to be on the other side of that fence and
sure.
trying to pull in the signal, but oh, no. So you're going to tell me what Bartu said?
Yeah. So yesterday I was driving home from Starkville, and I called Bartu, and he answered the phone. And he immediately said, if Nick Saban had a good offensive coordinator, Alabama wins the game. And then he went on to absolutely hammer Bill O'Brien.
Okay, all right. So here we go. Okay, and I'm sorry. Okay, and Dave Bartu and I agree on a lot of different things.
Sure,
but we disagree on this.
Okay.
You got the worst Nick Saban offensive line that I've ever seen. I'm just going to be honest with you. The offensive line. Okay, you're down to your running back, and I agree the play calling. But Brian Robinson, he's not like superhuman. You're down to one back that you feel comfortable with. If we go back to Trey Sanders had a major car accident. Major. We're talking about a severe car accident. They're not comfortable putting workload. That's just been in the season. But you're down to one running back. Your offensive line is limited. You got receivers. Now if Dave Bartu wants to criticize not having backups ready, I will subscribe to that logic because I agree that the backups were not ready to take on a charge at Alabama. So I'm with Dave Bartu on that. Okay, so put me in that. I'll subscribe to that theory.
Hey, well, he just said, look, Bama's so inept in the red zone. Like you move, even with all these things that were happening that you're describing, and I agree with you on a lot. I mean, your receiving unit was decimated. Your O-line was never considered super good. But he said, if you've got a good play, he said, look, the metrics speak for themselves. Bill O'Brien's never been a good play caller. And you know this, Ryan Fowler. Y'all don't care about beating MSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas. For Bama, it's all about college football playoff and national championship.
LSU, Auburn.
Right. And so my point is on all that is you should have a coordinator. That coordinator, his job is to be good enough in the red zone against another big boy team. Not great in the red zone against MSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Tennessee. So that was his point.
No. And I'm sure, listen, I love Dave Bartu. Dave and I, we speak the same language. I've taken, about 12 graduate level statistics classes. So we speak the same language. And in stats, we always say proc eyeball, procedure eyeball, which is if you're writing code for SAS, sometimes the numbers don't add up, and you just take a look back at the eyeball test. And the eyeball test would be, for me, is the offensive line, you're not very good. I mean, look at Billingsley, and I know he's put his name in the transfer portal. You're talking about a player that's stock. like people were buying stock in August that he could be a first-round tight end, and he went bankrupt. And there's no effort. Like there was something wrong, and something didn't go right early, and that impacted him the entire season. Like when he knocked on the door yesterday and told Saban, "Hey, I'm going to the transfer portal," they said, "Well, you already checked out. You did that in September. Why do it today? Why check in today?" So when you look at this, I mean, look at Billings. Go back and look at 19. Lazy on his routes, lazy on his block, and if you look back at the play that Brian Robinson got stuffed in the backfield, like Bill O'Brien, the one explosion that he had that they caught on tape was literally him in the first quarter, and then it was him again in the late in the game when Alabama was driving. And they set up that second 12. That was Billingsley that missed that block. He put about as much effort. I'm trying to think here if I can describe anything. He put about as much effort. I don't know. Nothing. Okay. I mean, his output on that play, 20%.
Okay.
He missed the block. They got Brian Robinson in the backfield. Then that set up a play. And it was the play that that dropped the ball. And so
let's get to an important question. Let's get to the most important question here.
Where do we go from
is
here?
Nick Saban on the hot seat?
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna put that sucker on the road. I mean, I tell you what.
So Bill O'Brien's leaving, and you have a chance to upgrade at offense. Saban has pulled this twice, right? He hired Mike Loxley, didn't work out. Inept offensive play caller. He hired Bill O'Brien, inept offensive play caller. It will be interesting to see because it looks like Bill O'Brien's going to get some NFL OC job or, God forbid, head coaching job, but whatever. And so you're going to be going after another offensive coordinator, and then you're bringing back the best quarterback in America. It was Matt Corral. Now it's Bryce Young. Bryce is even better than I thought. I thought he hit people in the hands, even when Jameson Williams, which reminds me of like a scotch, over in Europe, a single malt scotch. But anyway, I thought he hit people in the hands several times throughout the evening. They just didn't catch the ball. Ryan Fowler?
Yeah, no, and that's the part that I go back to. If you want to criticize for not having the backups ready, I'm there. I mean, I'm there because the backups were not ready to play significant roles. And at Alabama, they need to be ready because the backups play a significant role because, unfortunately, all these injuries, they've been happening for several years. I mean, I cannot think of a year that they did not have a significant injury when I say knee injury, like one of those that is really, really bad. So when you look at it, you back up and you think about that situation, there was some guys, and I think we'll see the transfer portal will be there because you've got to see in this current time, you can't manage like you did 2 years ago. You got to play players.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about against the Citadel and Western Kentucky or, some of the team that you're beating. I know they was able to beat Mississippi State 49-6. So, I mean, I'm talking about you got to keep them engaged more than you've ever kept them engaged.
Sure.
Because if not, now they have an option, and they have an option. Now, listen, will Nick Saban get plenty of those guys going back? He may upgrade. I mean, he may go out and get the best tight end in college football somewhere.
How do you have that tight end that I could outrun at Alabama? I mean, that guy looked like he looked like somebody who should be at South Alabama. He looked like Jason Witten on year 15. Remember when Jason Witten would catch the ball for the Cowboys and fall down?
Yeah. So you're talking about Cameron Latou going down the sidelines where he was run from behind? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, that, and there were a couple of passes between the seams that – anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, we the tight ends really have been non-existent.
Well, that's Bill O'Brien, right?
Well, but, I mean, you would think that – well, Drew Zabota, I think the B is silent, Zabota.
Oh, okay.
So he's the tight ends coach. I would imagine, never mind, I'm not going to speak for Nick Saban, but I wouldn't be shocked if there's several coaching staff changes.
What was the craziest call you took yesterday? Like, did you have some people on the ledge?
Well, I kept a bug on the air for 4 hours, and then we picked up at 5:55 and said, if you don't mind, can you hold? We'll take you tomorrow at 2:00. And he was still there. He was still there. We kept him on for 4 hours.
Are you serious?
Sure. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we kept telling him that he was next, and we just kept not going to him. Yeah, sure.
I bet he was dog cussing you somewhere in a Walmart on aisle 11 yesterday.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, he acted like he wanted some. So we kept talking to him off the air, try to keep engaged, and we kept saying, "We'll go to you. We'll go to you," and just hold on.
You know what?
We're not taking off.
He may find you at Dreamland. You got to be careful, Ryan Fowler.
We told him Houston was saying hello. 6-7 season. You don't have any smack talk. You went 6-7. you literally went 6-7. Houston beat you in the Birmingham Bowl. You don't have any room for smack talk. I mean, if you're a team that, if you beat somebody, you take a victory lap. But hey, let me throw a name out. Okay. On this offensive coordinator role. Okay?
Major Applewhite.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
But, see, and you're like me. You look at connections. I mean, Major Applewhite's not coming, but connections to Saban. You ready?
Okay.
Jason Garrett.
Oh, that'd be terrible. He's awful.
Okay,
I already saw what he did to Dak Prescott, and what he did with the Cow and Tony Romo, for that matter.
But we saw. I mean, what Bill O'Brien did. Listen, the problem is you got to find a coach that's willing to work for Nick Saban. But Nick Saban may be changing. I mean, you saw him the way he hugged Kirby at Midway.
Do you think he's getting a little softer in his 70 now or something? Do you think he?
I mean, Nick Saban hugged Kirby and said, "God bless you." Any other time, he'd have said,
blank, blank.
Yeah, well, I mean, like what that guy say that Nick Saban, his favorite words was to suck on. Yeah. So I mean, any other time you think? I mean, he said, "God bless you," and I'm like, wow. Now that could have been
Mm-hmm.
Saban being petty Nick Saban and congratulating him with a heartfelt congratulation to make Kirby feel like crap for everything he said about his former mentor out in the real world. So it could have been that too. Just kind of putting that out there. Just thinking about that option. But anyway, so what are you guys? Are you guys taking a victory lap over Alabama's loss? I mean, are y'all?
No, but I never thought that Bama would lose to a Stetson Bennett the fourth level.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
QB. I mean, kudos to the kid. He's going to be a legend in Georgia forever. And we've talked about how he's going to set a record selling mutual funds and insurance in Georgia.
Well, I mean, he'll be a sports talk radio host over there, and
or he'll work for Raymond James, and people will just knock his door down to,
Yeah, there's some nervous sports talk radio hosts over in the state of Georgia right now because he's coming. He's coming for their job. Maybe a year away. He's got one more year, right? Right? He's got one more year.
Well, I wouldn't bring him back, but yeah,
Well, where's he going though, Bo?
Well, I would take the victory lap and join Raymond James or Edward Jones next week and start being, Mr. Athens Country Club. I mean, you look like the Rush chair. Well, we've talked about this all week. You look like the Rush chairman for Pike. And it's just a perfect fit to go to Atlanta or a suburb of or Athens and hang a shingle and go make a ton of money. I mean, can they? I don't know if they can do this thing again, but maybe they can with that level of quarter. I mean, this is unheard of. I mean, y'all were able to do it with Greg McElroy. There were a couple others, but usually when you beat Bama, you got to have a Deshaun Watson level dude who is unbelievable throughout the evening, and then y'all still won't go away and he's got to throw a touchdown pass with 1 second left on the clock just to beat you.
Yeah,
because that's how hard it is.
I'm with you completely. And this is two things that I've been wrong in these championship games. Like I also said that a true pocket passer was not going to beat Alabama. A true freshman pocket passer? No way. Alabama's going to win that 2018 game, and they didn't. And so this is another time that I've been wrong when you talk about these championship games. So. But Alabama has got to put a point of emphasis on power in the trenches. You cannot get dominated. And Nick Saban also said this at midfield. He said, y'all kicked our blank in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did.
When you back up and you look at those situations on that offensive line and on that defensive front, you can't be pushed back like that. Not at Alabama. Not at this. That's where they're going to have to, if you want to look at Doug Marrone, that is one of the worst coaching jobs I have seen in Tuscaloosa from an assistant coach. I cannot even put a label on it, how bad of a job. He literally should be like fraud charges should go against him.
Okay.
He put no effort. No effort in this offensive line. None whatsoever. When you look at this offensive line, there's some 5-stars all. I think there was like 13, 14. This is not the first time we went around the block on offensive line. But that offensive line, like the other part. Now, I will say this about Bill O'Brien. I did think that he caught them in hurry up, and even that fake hurry up where they all run back to the line of scrimmage and you have to keep your players on the field because you're afraid that they snap, but then they rise up and get a different play. He didn't do any of that. And all that worked against Georgia the first time. All of that worked. He was just trying something different. But see, they slid Jordan Davis over. They put him against Emil Ekiyor, and he killed Emil Ekiyor. Killed him. Just whipped it. So that's there's some, trust me, there's some self-scouting going on because you had Kirby in a spot where you could have put the dagger in the heart, and you let him get off the mat, and he beat you.
Yeah, Ryan Fowler, Roll Tide Ryan Fowler, 109 The Game, Tuscaloosa, joining us on the Bucked Up Energy Drinks guest line. All right, buddy. I hope you feel better. And
no, I'm good.
Thank you so much for stopping by today, and we'll catch up again soon. Be careful, that guy that you left on hold for 4 hours. I hope he doesn't meet you at Dreamland or something.
We have a preacher that does a show in the morning starting at 6 a.m. He's a former football player here. He does a great show. He's one of my best friends. Yeah. And I told him he was much nicer and he would be available at 6. So if he wanted to wait until then, they would probably take him then. If not, I'll talk to him at 2. We'll see what he does.
All right. Be good, buddy. See you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Roll Tide Ryan Fowler, 109 The Game, Tuscaloosa Afternoon Drive, joining us on the Bucked Up Energy Drink guest line. Yes, it is the the drink with the deer. You can see the antlers. Check it out. It helps athletes achieve their fitness goals. The entrepreneur with a sales pitch to dominate. The college kid with a midterm to ace. And the gamer with competition to smash. The Out of Bounds Show is powered by Bucked Up Energy Drinks. That's right. Look for the deer and the antlers. We're live in the BankPlus Studio. The show is brought to you by Corner Market Grocery Stores in the state of Mississippi. Hour number 2 coming up.